This airplane is a motor floater, a light and simple aircraft intended for slow recreational flight. I call it a bloop, a kind of combination blimp and plane. The bloop is walked from the tie-down out to the flight line where it undergoes a pre-flight inspection. Then the engine is primed by pushing a button on the carburetor that squirts extra fuel into the air inlet. To start the engine, I set the throttle to idle, turn on the ignition switch, and then pull the start rope to spin the prop. This engine and propeller are an off-the-shelf paramotor system. Not powerful, but well set up and easy to use. The engine should be allowed to warm up at low power settings for 3 minutes. Without a warm-up, the engine might quit or falter in flight, especially during throttle changes. I'm wearing my protective glasses and warm clothing since I will be flying out in the breeze. As I walk the plane out to the runway, I'm checking the wind direction to be sure that my takeoff will be into a headwind. I'm focused completely on the upcoming flight, and all other concerns have been set aside. The engine continues its warm-up while I position the plane on the runway. The bloop is not a tail dragger. The wheels are at the center of lift, and when the pilot is in the airplane, it's slightly nose-heavy. Takeoffs and landings are normally done to or from the nose-down position. I set the nose down on the skid and take one last look for air traffic before sitting down. The 4-point belts, surrounding structure, and low speeds provide protection for the pilot in a crash. After one final control check, I call out on the radio, Nichols traffic, yellow biplane. Takeoff, runway 9. Full power and away we go. The bloop is a slow-flying airplane, giving the pilot lots of time to look around, enjoy the flight, and figure out what... Normal flight involves keeping the nose level, steering with the feet, and using the throttle to set the climb or descent rate. Even though I'm controlling the plane with just rudders and elevator, my flight procedures and maneuvers are the same as they would be with any airplane. As I line up on final approach to the runway, I'm judging my glide path and looking ahead. This is a sloppy landing, too slow, too soon. This is why you need bouncy tires. Let's scoot down to where the camera is and fly again. If it was windy, I would be rolling in a more nose-down attitude to keep the weight on the wheels so the wings would stay level. Two-axis control works well for the bloop and is fun to use, although it might not be suitable for aerobatics or heavier airplanes. Landing again. Let's hope it'll be smoother this time. I scoot off the runway, but the nose is high, so I add power just to get the nose back down, allowing me to do a proper stop on the nose skid. Now I turn the ignition switch off, stopping the engine.
And back we go. And back we go.
And back we go. After a morning of flying, back to the tie-down. The bloop is different. Light and simple, but it gets you up in the sky just like the big planes.